Hey everyone, welcome back to Emma's Talk. Quick question for you. It's Monday morning, someone at work looks at you and says, "So, how was your weekend?" What do you say?
Honestly, I usually just say, good, and you? And then, nothing. The conversation just dies right there.
Good, and you. I think that might be the most common sentence in the entire English language.
It's safe, it's easy, but you're right. It's also a little boring.
Exactly. And that's what today's video is all about. How was your weekend is one of the most common questions in English. In every office, every school, every coffee shop, every single Monday around the whole world.
It really is universal, isn't it?
Completely universal. And today, I'm going to teach you how to answer it like a native speaker, with real vocabulary, real structure, and real confidence, instead of just good and you.
I'm actually excited for this one because I feel like I say the same 3 boring sentences every single Monday.
Well, by the end of this video, you'll have so many new ways to talk about your weekend, you might actually look forward to that Monday question.
That's a big promise, Emma.
I know, but I'm confident. Let's get started. So, Harry, let's start with the big picture. Why do you think "how was your weekend" is such an important question in English-speaking culture?
I guess because people ask it all the time.
That's part of it, yes. But there's something deeper here. In many English-speaking countries, the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, this question is what we call small talk. It's not really about the weekend itself, it's about connection.
What do you mean, connection?
Well, when your coworker asks, "How was your weekend?" they're not asking for a detailed report. They're really saying, "I see you. I care about you as a person, not just as a coworker."
Oh, that's actually a nice way to look at it. It's not really about the information.
Exactly. It's a social ritual. And here's the important part for English learners. If you only answer with "good" and you, you're technically correct, but you're missing a huge opportunity to build a relationship with that person.
So a short answer isn't wrong, it's just a mischance?
Precisely. Think about it this way. Every time someone asks you this question, it's a small door opening. You can walk through that door with a real answer, or you can just close it immediately with "good" and you.
I love that image, a small door opening. I've been closing that door for years without even realizing it.
Don't worry, most learners do. Even many native speakers give boring answers sometimes, honestly. But today we're going to help you walk through that door with confidence.
Okay, I'm ready. How do we actually do that?
Great question. And that leads us perfectly into our next part, the actual structure of a great weekend answer. Okay, Harry, here's the secret. A great answer to "how was your weekend" almost always has 3 parts. Part 1, a quick overall feeling. Part 2, one specific highlight. Part 3, a question back to the other person.
Overall feeling, specific highlight, question back. Okay, break that down for me.
Sure. The overall feeling is just a short word or phrase that sums up your weekend. Was it relaxing, busy, fun, tiring? For example, "It was really relaxing, actually."
Okay, that's easy enough.
Then the specific highlight. This is one interesting moment from your weekend, something concrete, not just general. For example, "I went hiking with some friends on Saturday."
So instead of saying "I did stuff," you actually name one real thing.
Exactly, one real specific thing. Specific details are what make a conversation interesting. "I did stuff" tells the listener nothing. "I went hiking" gives them something to imagine and something to ask about.
That makes so much sense. And the third part?
The third part is the question back. This is what keeps the conversation alive instead of letting it die after your answer. Something like, "What about you? How was your weekend?"
So you're passing the conversation back like a ball.
That's a perfect way to describe it, like passing a ball in a game. If you never pass it back, the game stops. Let's put the whole thing together now. "It was really relaxing, actually. I went hiking with some friends on Saturday. What about you? How was yours?"
Feeling, really relaxing, highlight, when hiking with friends, question, what about you? That's such a complete, natural answer.
And it only takes about 5 seconds to say. It's not long, it's not complicated, but it completely changes the conversation.
Okay, I need to start using this immediately. But Emma, what if my weekend was actually boring? What if I just stayed home the whole time?
Great question. And don't worry, we're going to cover that too. Even a quiet weekend can sound interesting with the right words. But first, let's build your vocabulary, because right now, I bet you only use one word to describe every single weekend.
Let me guess. Good?
You know yourself well. Let's fix that right now. Okay, Harry, good is not a bad word, but it's very general. It doesn't tell your listener much. Let's replace it with more specific, more colorful words.
Please save me from good.
Let's start with positive weekends. If your weekend was calm and peaceful, you can say relaxing or restful. For example, it was really relaxing. I just stayed home and read a book.
Relaxing and restful. Got it. What if the weekend was full of activities, lots of things happening?
Then you'd say busy, or even better, eventful or packed. For example, it was pretty eventful actually. I had plans every single day.
Eventful is such a great word. It sounds much more interesting than busy.
It really does. And if the weekend was extremely fun, exciting, full of energy, you can say amazing, fantastic, or a more casual one, awesome. You could even say unforgettable if it was really special.
Unforgettable is a strong word. I like that it saves for the really big weekends.
Exactly. Use it when you really mean it, not for every single Saturday. Now, what about a weekend where you did nothing at all, but in a good way, like on purpose?
Oh, there's a perfect modern phrase for that.
Low key. For example, it was pretty low key. I just watched movies and ordered food.
I love low-key. I hear that a lot from younger English speakers.
Exactly. It's very common and very natural. Now, let's cover negative weekends too, because sometimes weekends really aren't great, and we need honest words for that too.
Yes, please, because sometimes my weekend really was terrible.
If your weekend was tiring with not enough rest, you can say exhausting or draining. For example, honestly, it was exhausting. I had family visiting the whole time.
Exhausting. I really like that one. It sounds much stronger than tired.
It is stronger and more descriptive. If your weekend was simply boring, nothing interesting happened, you can say uneventful or casually pretty dull.
Uneventful is the opposite of eventful, right? I like that these are pairs.
Exactly. That's a great way to remember them as opposite pairs. And finally, if your weekend was stressful, full of problems, you can say stressful or hectic.
Hectic. I really like the sound of that word.
It has a nice rhythm to it, doesn't it? Now, Harry, here's a category people forget: the surprising weekend. Sometimes plans change completely out of nowhere.
Oh, like when something unexpected happens?
Exactly. You can say unexpected or it took a turn, or my favorite, it didn't go as planned. For example, honestly, it didn't go as planned. My flight got canceled, so I ended up staying home the whole time.
It took a turn is such a natural way to say that. I really like the image of a road changing direction.
It really paints a picture, doesn't it? And one more category: weekends with mixed feelings, when part of it was great and part of it wasn't.
Oh, that happens a lot actually. A weekend is rarely 100% one thing.
Exactly. And for that, we have a lovely word: bittersweet. Or more casually, so-so or mixed. For example, it was kind of bittersweet. We had a great time at the party, but then I had to say goodbye to my best friend who's moving away.
Bittersweet is such a beautiful word, honestly. It captures something that's hard to explain in one simple word in a lot of other languages.
It really does, and native speakers use it often, not just for weekends, for life in general. Okay, let's slow down and repeat this whole expanded list together, because vocabulary really sticks when we say it out loud, slowly.
Great idea. Let's do it.
Relaxing. Restful. Eventful. Packed. Amazing. Awesome. Unforgettable. Low-key. Relaxing. Restful. Eventful. Packed. Amazing. Awesome. Unforgettable. Low-key. Exhausting. Draining. Uneventful. Dull. Stressful. Hectic. Exhausting. Draining. Uneventful. Dull. Stressful. Hectic. Unexpected. It took a turn. It didn't go as planned. Bittersweet. So-so? Mixed. Perfect. That's now 18 new words to replace good and bad. Your Monday conversations are about to get so much more interesting. Okay, I feel like a completely different person already. But now I need to know, how do I actually describe what I did, not just how it felt? Perfect timing, because that's exactly our next part, the phrasal verbs and expressions native speakers use for weekend activities. Okay, Harry. Native speakers rarely say simple things like, I rested. They use natural expressions, and a lot of them are phrasal verbs. Let's go through the most common ones.
Okay, I always struggle with phrasal verbs, so this should be useful.
They're actually not too hard once you connect them to real situations. First one, catch up on sleep. This means to sleep extra because you didn't get enough sleep during the week.
Oh, I do that every single weekend. I caught up on sleep.
Perfect use. Next one, hang out. This simply means to spend casual time with friends. No big plan, just being together.
I hung out with my friends on Saturday. That sounds so natural.
It really does, and it's used constantly in everyday English. Next, chill out, which means to relax, very casually, often at home. A very close cousin of that one is kickback, which means almost the same thing, to relax completely, often with your feet up, literally or just as an image.
Kickback. I love that. I can actually picture someone kicking their feet up on the sofa.
Exactly the image. I just kicked back and watched some football. And there's one more in this little family, a bit more informal, veg out, which means to relax so much you're almost doing nothing, like a vegetable.
Veg out. That's such a funny image, but I completely understand it now.
It's very casual, mostly used with close friends, but extremely common. I just vegged out in front of the TV all Sunday. Next one, run errands. This means doing small, necessary tasks. Grocery shopping, going to the bank, picking up dry cleaning.
Oh, that's such a useful phrase because I never knew how to say all those small tasks together in one expression.
Exactly. Instead of listing 5 boring tasks, you just say, I ran some errands on Saturday morning.
I ran some errands. Got it. What's next?
Next is wind down, which means to slowly relax, especially in the evening after a busy day or week.
I like to wind down with a cup of tea before bed. That sounds so peaceful.
It really does, doesn't it? Next, go for a walk, or go for a run, or go for a drive. This pattern, go for a blank, is extremely common for short, simple activities.
So I could say I went for a long walk in the park?
Exactly right. Next expression, grab a bite, which means to eat something, usually quickly or casually.
We grabbed a bite after the movie. I've actually heard that phrase in movies, but I never understood it fully until now.
Now you do. Let's also add meet up, which means to arrange to see someone at a certain time and place. Very common when making weekend plans. We met up for coffee downtown.
How's that different from hang out?
Great question. Meet up usually describes the moment you arrive and see each other, especially if it was planned in advance. Hang out describes the time you spend together afterward. You often use both in the same story. We met up at noon, and then we just hung out at the park for hours.
Oh, that distinction really helps. Thank you.
Of course. One more useful one, get away, meaning to leave your usual environment for a short break, even just for a day. We got away to the coast for the weekend.
Oh, that's a great one for people who travel on weekends.
Exactly. And finally, sleep in, which means to sleep later than usual in the morning, without an alarm.
Oh, sleep in is my favorite activity of the entire weekend, honestly.
Same here, completely. I slept in until 11 on Sunday is such a satisfying sentence to say.
It really is. Okay, let's repeat these slowly too, because there are so many good ones here now.
Great idea. Catch up on sleep, hang out, chill out, kick back, veg out.
Catch up on sleep, hang out, chill out, kick back, veg out.
Run errands, wind down, go for a walk, grab a bite.
Run errands, wind down, go for a walk, grab a bite.
Meet up, get away, sleep in.
Meet up, get away, sleep in.
Perfect. These 12 expressions alone will make your weekend description sound so much more natural and native-like.
I already feel like I have a completely new vocabulary toolbox for Mondays.
Exactly the goal. Before we move on, quick reminder, if this video is helping you, hit like and subscribe. It really helps our channel grow, and it means more free lessons like this one for learners everywhere.
Yes, and honestly, share it with a friend who always says, good, and you.
A perfect gift for them. Okay, now let's talk about grammar for a second, because there's one small thing that trips up a lot of learners here. Okay, Harry, when we talk about our weekend, we're talking about the past, something that's already finished. So we use the past simple tense.
Right. Past simple. Like, I went, I saw, I did.
Exactly. The tricky part for many learners is that English has a lot of irregular verbs, verbs that don't just add ed. For example, go becomes went, not goed.
Oh, I definitely made that mistake before. I goed to the beach.
Don't worry, every learner makes that mistake at some point. It's part of learning. Let's go through a few common irregular verbs you'll need for weekend talk. Go becomes went, see becomes saw, eat becomes ate, have becomes had, do becomes did, meet becomes met.
Let's repeat those slowly. This is really useful.
Good idea. Go, went. See, saw. Eat, ate.
Go, went, see, saw, eat, ate.
Have, had. Do, did. Meet, met.
Have, had, do, did, meet, met.
Perfect. Now, here's a small extra tip that will make your English sound much more connected and natural, using simple connecting words to link your ideas together, instead of just listing separate sentences.
Oh, like and then after that?
Exactly those, plus a few more. First, then, after that, later, in the end. These words create a natural story flow.
Can you give an example with all of them together?
Sure. On Saturday, I first went grocery shopping. Then I met a friend for lunch. After that, we went for a walk in the park. Later, I cooked dinner for my family. In the end, I just relaxed and watched a movie.
Wow, that already sounds like a real story, not just a list of facts.
Exactly. And that's the real secret. Connecting words turn a boring list into an interesting story. People remember stories, not lists.
People remember stories, not lists. I really like that line, Emma.
Thank you. Okay, now that we have our vocabulary, our phrasal verbs, and our grammar ready, let's put everything into practice with real everyday situations.
Yes, I've been waiting for the real conversations.
Let's dive into our scenarios. Okay, imagine this. It's Monday, 9 a.m., you just arrived at the office, and a coworker sees you by the coffee machine.
Oh, the classic coffee machine small talk moment. Very real.
Extremely real and extremely common. Let's act it out. I'll be the coworker.
Okay, I'm ready.
Morning, Harry. Good weekend?
Morning, Emma. Yeah, it was actually pretty relaxing. I mostly just caught up on sleep and hung out with some friends on Saturday night. What about you? How was yours?
Oh, mine was pretty eventful, actually. I went hiking on Saturday morning, and then on Sunday, I had a big family lunch. It was tiring, but really nice.
That sounds lovely. Family lunches are always special. Anyway, I should grab my coffee before the meeting starts.
Good idea. Let's talk more at lunch.
See how natural that felt? Feeling, highlight, question. Every single time, without even thinking hard about it.
Exactly. And notice how short it actually was. Maybe 20 seconds total, but it built a real little moment of connection between two coworkers.
That's honestly all it needs to be, right? It doesn't need to be a huge conversation.
Exactly right. Small talk works best when it's short, warm, and genuine. Let's move to our next scenario. This one's with a close friend, where the conversation can go a bit deeper. This time, imagine you're meeting a close friend for coffee, and it's been a couple of weeks since you last talked.
Okay, this one can be longer and more detailed, right? Since it's a close friend.
Exactly. With close friends, you can add more detail, more emotion, more stories. Let's act it out. I'll start.
Go for it.
Harry, it's so good to see you. It's been way too long. So tell me, how was your weekend? Did you end up going to that concert you mentioned?
Emma, I know, way too long. And yes, actually, it was honestly amazing. The band played for almost 3 hours, and afterward, a few of us grabbed a bite at this little late-night diner. We didn't get home until almost 2 in the morning.
No way. That sounds incredible. Was the diner good?
Surprisingly, really good, actually. I had the best burger I've had in months. What about you, though? What did you get up to?
Oh, mine was much quieter in comparison. I actually just stayed home most of the weekend. I was feeling a bit under the weather, so I mostly rested, watched a whole series, and ordered way too much food.
Sometimes that's exactly what you need, though. A proper low-key weekend.
Exactly. And honestly, I don't regret a single minute of it. Anyway, tell me more about this concert. I need details. Who else went with you?
A few people from work, actually. It was kind of last minute. Someone had extra tickets, so we just decided on Friday night and went the next day.
I love spontaneous plans like that. Honestly, they usually turn into the best memories.
I completely agree. Although, I'll admit, I was exhausted at work on Monday. Totally worth it, though.
See, this is where I disagree a little, actually. I think I'd rather skip something like that if it meant losing sleep before a work week. I'm too old for 2 a.m. nights before Monday now.
I hear you. But honestly, some things are worth being tired for. A once-in-a-while concert like that doesn't come around often.
That's fair. I guess it depends on the moment. Maybe I need to be a little more spontaneous myself sometimes.
You definitely should. Next time something like this comes up, I'm dragging you along.
Deal. All right. Tell me everything about the set list. Did they play your favorite song?
See? This one naturally became a longer, deeper conversation with real follow-up questions, a small friendly disagreement, and details.
Exactly. And did you notice under the weather? That's a common idiom meaning slightly sick.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Under the weather. I love that expression.
It's a really useful one for casual conversations. And notice how the small disagreement, I think I'd rather skip something like that, didn't feel rude at all. It actually made the conversation feel more real, more like two actual friends with different opinions.
That's such a good point. Small, friendly disagreements make a conversation feel less scripted.
Exactly right. Okay, let's move to our next scenario now. A video call with family who live far away. This scenario is especially relatable for people living far from home, calling their family on the weekend or right after.
Ugh, this hits close to home for me, literally.
I bet. Let's act it out. I'll be your mom this time.
Okay, here we go. Mom is calling.
Hi, sweetheart. It's so good to see your face. How was your weekend over there?
Hi, Mom. It was good, actually. Pretty packed. I finally unpacked all my boxes since I moved into the new apartment last month, remember?
Oh, finally. How does it feel now that everything's in place?
Honestly, so much better. It actually feels like home now. And on Sunday, a couple of new coworkers invited me over for dinner, so I got to meet some new people too.
That's wonderful, sweetheart. I'm so glad you're making new friends there. How was the dinner?
It was really nice, actually. We ended up talking for hours. What about you and Dad? How was your weekend back home?
Oh, pretty quiet. We just did some gardening and had dinner with your aunt on Sunday. Nothing too exciting, but nice and relaxing.
That sounds lovely. Say hi to Dad for me.
I will, sweetheart. Talk soon. Love you.
Love you too. Bye, Mom.
See how warm and personal that felt compared to the coworker scenario?
Completely different tone. Much more emotional, much more detailed.
Exactly. And that's an important lesson too. The same question, how was your weekend, changes its depth and emotion depending on who you're talking to.
That's such a good point, actually. Context really shapes the whole conversation.
Exactly right. Okay, let's move to our next scenario, this time at the gym. Okay, this one's shorter and more casual, between two gym buddies who see each other regularly, but aren't super close friends.
Right. Gym small talk. Usually happens between sets, right?
Exactly. Quick bursts of conversation. Let's act it out.
Okay, I'll start this time. Hey, haven't seen you here in a few days. Good weekend?
Hey, yeah, pretty good actually. A bit lazy though, I'm not gonna lie. I mostly just chilled out at home. What about you?
Nothing wrong with that. Mine was actually pretty active. I went for a long bike ride on Saturday, like 30 kilometers.
Wow, 30 kilometers? That's impressive. No wonder you're already back at the gym.
Trying to keep the momentum going. All right, I'll let you get back to your workout. See you around.
See ya, have a good one.
Notice how short and casual that felt. No long details, just quick, friendly energy.
Exactly, and that's perfectly normal too. Not every weekend conversation needs to be deep. Sometimes short and friendly is exactly right for the situation.
That's actually reassuring because sometimes I feel pressure to make every conversation interesting.
You really don't need to. Matching your energy to the situation is actually the most natural thing you can do. Okay, next scenario, chatting with a neighbor. This one happens outside, maybe while taking out the trash or watering plants. A very common everyday moment.
Very real, very universal. Let's do it. I'll be the neighbor this time.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, hey, Emma. Haven't seen you in a while. How was your weekend?
Hi, good to see you too. It was nice, actually. Pretty low key. I did some gardening and finally fixed that leaky faucet in the kitchen.
Oh, nice. DIY weekend. Did it go smoothly or was it a whole project?
Honestly, it took much longer than expected, but I got there in the end. How about you? Anything fun happen?
Pretty uneventful here too. Mostly just relaxed. We did go to that new restaurant down the street though. It was really good.
Oh, I've been wanting to try that place. I might have to check it out this weekend.
You definitely should. Anyway, I better get back inside. Have a good week.
You too. Take care.
Notice DIY weekend. That's a great modern expression, meaning a weekend spent doing home projects yourself.
Exactly. DIY stands for do-it-yourself, and it's used constantly for home repair or craft projects. Very useful phrase to know.
Okay, let's continue. What's our next scenario?
This next one is fun. Texting a friend instead of speaking out loud. Written English, especially texting, is often shorter and more casual than spoken English. Let's look at how this same topic works in text messages.
Oh, this is useful because texting really does have its own style.
It really does. Let's read this like a text conversation. I'll read my messages, you read yours.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, how was your weekend?
Pretty good, actually. Went hiking Saturday. Super tired, but worth it, LOL. Yours?
Nice. Mine was chill. Just caught up on some shows, haha. We should hang out this week.
Definitely. I'm free Thursday if that works.
Perfect. See you then.
See, this felt much shorter, more casual, with abbreviations like LOL and haha, and even emojis.
Exactly. Texting English is more relaxed. You'll often see LOL, meaning laughing out loud, used just to soften a sentence, not necessarily because something is actually funny.
Oh, I always wondered about that. I thought people were always literally laughing.
Not usually, no. It's more of a friendly, casual tone marker now. Another common one is haha, used the same way. And notice how questions get shorter too. Yours instead of a full sentence.
That's such a useful detail because full grammar in text can actually sound a little stiff or formal.
Exactly right. Texting has its own natural rhythm, and now you know how to match it. Okay, let's move to our next scenario. Small talk with a service worker, like a hairdresser or a barista. This scenario happens constantly in daily life. A hairdresser, a barista, a taxi driver, anyone providing a service who makes friendly conversation.
Oh yes, hairdressers especially. They always ask about your weekend, every single time.
It's basically a rule of the profession. Let's act it out. I'll be the hairdresser this time.
Okay, I'm ready in the chair.
So, any exciting plans this weekend, or did you already have a good one?
Actually, I just had a pretty relaxing one. Nothing too exciting. Went for a walk with my dog and caught up on some reading. How about you? Busy weekend?
Oh, super busy, actually. My sister got married, so it was a whole weekend of wedding preparations.
Oh wow, congratulations to her. That must have been quite the event.
It really was, but such a beautiful day in the end. All right, let's get started on your hair.
Sounds good, thank you.
See, even in a short service interaction, this small talk creates a friendlier, more human atmosphere.
It really does. It makes the whole experience feel warmer, not just transactional.
Exactly. And knowing how to comfortably answer this question in any setting, casual, professional, or with strangers, is honestly a real English fluency skill, not just small talk.
I really like that idea, that small talk is actually a fluency skill, not just filler conversation.
It absolutely is. Okay, let's move to our final scenario. Back at school or class, talking to a classmate. Our final scenario, Monday morning, back in class, chatting with the classmate before the lesson starts.
This one feels very familiar, honestly, from my own English classes.
I'm sure it does. Let's act it out. I'll be the classmate this time.
Okay, go for it.
Hey, did you have a good weekend? You look well rested.
Thank you. I actually slept in both days. It was wonderful. Other than that, pretty low key. Just studied a bit and hung out with my roommate. What about you?
Mine was actually really fun. We had a big group dinner on Saturday to celebrate a friend's birthday. It went on until almost midnight.
That sounds like a great time. Did you all go somewhere specific or was it at someone's home?
We went to this new Italian restaurant downtown. The food was amazing. You should try it sometime.
I definitely will. Thanks for the recommendation. All right, looks like class is starting.
Yeah, let's talk more at the break.
That was such a smooth, natural conversation.
feeling completely real, like actual classmates chatting.
Exactly. And that's our 8th and final scenario. 8 completely different situations, but the same simple structure working every single time.
Coworker, close friend, family call, gym buddy, neighbor, texting, hairdresser, and classmate. 8 real situations.
Exactly right. And now you have real natural language for every single one of them. All right, before we move toward the end, let's give our listeners some quick practice. I'll give a situation and you think of your own answer using our 3-part structure.
Great idea. Let's test our brains a bit.
Situation 1. Your teacher asks you, "How was your weekend?" at the start of class. What's your answer?
Remember, feeling, highlight, question back. Try saying it out loud, even if you're alone right now watching this.
Situation 2. An old friend messages you online asking what you got up to this weekend. How do you reply in a slightly more casual texting style?
And situation 3, a bit more advanced. A new coworker asks you this question for the very first time. How do you make a great first impression with your answer?
These are great to practice speaking out loud, even by yourself, in front of a mirror, or while cooking dinner. Saying it with your real voice really helps your brain remember it naturally.
Exactly. Don't just think the answer silently. Actually speak it. It feels strange the first few times, but it really, really works.
It's honestly one of the best tips for learning English in general, not just for today's topic. Okay, Harry, before we wrap up, I want to give our listeners a few more useful categories because weekends can look so different depending on the person.
Oh, good idea, because not everyone has the same type of weekend at all.
Exactly. Let's start with the social weekend, full of people and events. Useful phrases. I was out and about all weekend. I barely had a moment to myself. It was nonstop.
I was out and about. I really like that phrase. It sounds very natural.
It's extremely common, especially in casual conversation. Next, the homebody weekend, where someone stays home the whole time. Useful phrases. I didn't leave the house once. I had a proper lazy weekend. I stayed in and did absolutely nothing.
I had a proper lazy weekend. The word proper there adds emphasis, right? Like a really lazy weekend.
Exactly. Proper is used a lot in British English especially, to mean real or complete. A proper lazy weekend means a truly fully lazy weekend, no exceptions.
I love learning these small details. They make such a big difference in how natural you sound.
They really do. Next category, the productive weekend, full of tasks and accomplishments. Useful phrases. I got so much done. I finally crossed some things off my to-do list. I was really productive.
Cross some things off my to-do list. That's such a satisfying phrase.
It really is, and it's extremely common in everyday English, especially among busy professionals. Next, the outdoor weekend, full of nature and fresh air. Useful phrases. I spent most of the weekend outdoors. We made the most of the good weather. I really needed some fresh air.
We made the most of the good weather is such a lovely expression. It captures that feeling of appreciating a nice day.
Exactly. Now, Harry, let's add the adventurous weekend for people who try something new or a little daring. Useful phrases. We tried something completely new. It was a bit of a leap out of my comfort zone. We just winged it.
We just winged it. I love that one. It means you didn't plan much, right?
Exactly. Wing it means to do something without much preparation, just going with the flow. We didn't book anything in advance. We just winged it and it worked out great.
That's such a useful phrase for spontaneous trips.
Definitely. And one last category, the budget weekend, when you want to have fun without spending much money. Useful phrases. We kept it cheap. We did a lot of free stuff around town. We were on a bit of a budget this weekend.
We kept it cheap sounds so casual and honest. I like that.
It really is, and it's a very relatable phrase, since not every weekend needs a big budget to be enjoyable. We just went for a picnic in the park, kept it cheap, and still had a great time.
I love that idea, that a great weekend doesn't have to be expensive.
Exactly the message. Let's slow down and repeat this whole expanded list together one more time.
Let's do it.
I was out and about. I had a proper lazy weekend. I got so much done. I made the most of the good weather.
I was out and about. I had a proper lazy weekend. I got so much done. I made the most of the good weather.
We just winged it. We kept it cheap.
We just winged it. We kept it cheap.
Perfect. 6 weekend types, and 6 more natural, real expressions ready for your next conversation.
My vocabulary toolbox just keeps growing today, Emma.
That's exactly the goal, Harry. Okay, let's talk about a few common mistakes because I know a lot of our viewers make these, and it's completely normal.
Oh, please, let's fix them. I'm sure I've made at least one.
The first mistake is using present tense instead of past tense, because in some languages this doesn't change as much as it does in English. People say, I go to the beach on Saturday, when the weekend already happened.
Right. It should be I went to the beach since it's finished already.
Exactly. Remember, if the weekend is already over, always use past simple. The second common mistake is giving an answer that's too short and forgetting to ask the question back.
That's actually the mistake I make the most, honestly. The good and you trap.
We all fall into it sometimes. Just remember our 3 steps: feeling, highlight, question, and you'll naturally avoid that trap. The third mistake is being too detailed, especially in casual or professional settings where people don't have much time.
Oh, so there's a balance. Not too short, but also not too long?
Exactly. Balance is the key word. In a quick coffee machine chat, 1 short highlight is enough. Save the longer stories for close friends or family, where there's more time and more emotional closeness.
That's such an important distinction, matching the length of your answer to the relationship and the situation.
Precisely. And the fourth mistake, a small one, is forgetting time expressions, like on Saturday, on Sunday, this weekend, last weekend. These small words add clarity to your story.
Right. Without them, the listener might get confused about when exactly things happened.
Exactly. Small words, but they carry a lot of meaning in a story. All right, let's do a fast recap of the most useful phrases from today, nice and slow so you can really absorb them.
Perfect. Let's go through them one more time, slowly.
How was your weekend? What did you get up to? It was really relaxing, actually. It was pretty eventful. I caught up on sleep. I hung out with some friends.
How was your weekend? What did you get up to? It was really relaxing, actually. It was pretty eventful. I caught up on sleep. I hung out with some friends.
I ran some errands. I chilled out at home. I went for a walk. What about you?
I was out and about all weekend. I had a proper lazy weekend.
Perfect. That's 12 golden phrases you can start using this very next Monday.
I really feel ready now, Emma. No more good and you for me.
I'm so glad to hear that, Harry. Remember, the structure behind all of this? Feeling, highlight, question back. Simple, but powerful.
Feeling, highlight, question back. I really love how simple that is to remember.
It truly is. And it works in every single situation we practiced today. Coworkers, friends, family, the gym, neighbors, texting, service workers, and classmates. So Harry, after today, do you feel more confident about talking about your weekend in English?
Honestly, completely. Before this, I never realized how much this one simple question could actually help me build real relationships in English.
That's exactly the goal of today's lesson. This isn't just about grammar or vocabulary, it's about connection. Every single "how was your weekend" is a small chance to build a relationship with someone.
I really love that idea. That such a small question can carry so much meaning.
It really can. And remember, today we practiced 8 real-life situations together. A coworker, a close friend, a family video call, a gym buddy, a neighbor, a text message, a hairdresser, and a classmate.
8 different situations, but always the same simple, powerful structure underneath.
Exactly. So here's your homework for this week. The very next time someone asks you, "How was your weekend?" try using our 3-part structure, out loud in a real conversation.
And notice how the conversation changes, how much more natural and connected it feels.
And tell us in the comments, what's your go-to weekend activity? Do you sleep in, hang out with friends, or run errands all day? We really want to know.
Yes, right up below, we genuinely read every single comment.
And if this video helped you today, don't forget to like it and subscribe. It truly helps more learners around the world find these lessons.
One conversation at a time, one step every day, your English will grow naturally.
See you in our next real conversation.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.